Welcome back to another video. Well, boy, so much to do, so much to figure out. First off the bat, I think some of my videos have been quite long, about an hour or so. So I don't know if that's really hurting my numbers or what. So I think I'm going to try to start doing some smaller ones, probably at least 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Try to cut them in half. See if that helps the viewage and the growth, things like that. So we'll see. And then if not, we'll go back and I'll just do whatever. But we'll see if that helps a little bit. Anyway, yeah. I think, well, you saw the seats before, and I got the cushions and stuff off and cleaned off. I threw the springs away because they were gross. Some were rusted just from all the urine and nastiness that was in that. So I got new springs coming. I spent 5.5 hours yesterday getting off the rest of the material, pulling all the staples and the nails. It was just a nightmare, but it looks pretty good now. I'm actually going to take them over to my father-in-law that's amazing with woodworking, and he's going to clean up a few little edges on them that are messed up, or try to replace some spots that are messed up, fill in all the holes, get it cleaned up for me pretty good. So when the springs come, we can get everything adjusted where it needs to be, and then get that seat reupholstered, and we're done with that. So I'll show you that here in a second. Next bits of what we're going to do. I mean, we're going to roadster it. So we're going to be chopping the top off. We're going to make a new windshield for it. I'm going to take a Model A windshield and slice it in half. I'm going to kind of do like a, I don't know if you know what a Duval windshield is. If not, look it up. It's kind of cool. Kind of do my take on that, and kind of a split windshield. So I'm going to tilt it back. It's going to be a two-piece. So we're going to make that. I need to do bracing on the inside of the body before I cut the top off. All that. I mean, I really don't know how much is needed, just because the door gaps and everything are so off right now because of the wood, which I'm replacing all that. I went to the metal store, got some square tubing, so we can work on all that type of stuff. So I think we're gonna have to kind of tweak our braces when we get our doors and get our gaps right, kind of ratchet strap it into place, then kind of weld up some bracing and get all that kind of stout. So that's coming. I got some hinges for our trunk area, and I got the tubing for that. I'm waiting on the bender, the square tubing bender part to come for that, so I can make my curves. We can start working on that and the infrastructure for that. We'll get the doors, stuff like that done. We're going to get the rear end out, the torque tube. We're going to take the whole drivetrain out pretty much. So all that's coming up. What we're doing next is I don't know. I think it's going to be smart to get the drivetrain out. That way I can start doing my metal bracing, so I can get the top off. That'll just look like it gives me more room in here to work, and plus getting in and out to work on that kind of stuff. Yep, I don't know what we're doing next, but you'll see here shortly. So let me show you the seats, and then we'll get on with something. All right, yeah. The main seat support, just with the wood and stuff now. There's a little metal trim around the front, but it cleaned up really well, actually. But if you look close, you can see all the holes from the staples and the little nails. It's crazy. Same thing down through all of here. So I'm going to have him brace it up, and then if he needs to replace anything, he can. But yeah, it's not too bad. It's pretty slick. And then this is the bottom section for the bottom cushion that'll sit into there. So we'll get all that stuff cleaned up, get it looking pretty good, and then we'll be set. Well, before we jump into whatever we're going to jump into, we got some goodies. So let's see what we got. Oh, oh, that's Pretty tight. Oh. Well, I can already tell you that these smell way better than that, than the other ones. Look at that. They look better and they smell better. Whoop. You want to guess what this is? If you said it's the back piece, I bet you're correct. At least I hope so. So these came from Snyder. They got a bunch of cool stuff. They actually had, I forget, one of these were in stock and the other one didn't. So they had to like make it. So pretty nifty. Oh, okay. I guess this is the back piece. Oh, maybe it goes the other way. I don't know. Oh, yep, it goes like that. So I'm guessing that mounts up just like that. Heck yeah. Hold on. Give me a minute. Hey, hello. I got new seats. I'm jealous. Oh, just hit myself in the head. Come on, get off there. Get over there. Yeah. Don't wheel away. Man, those are nice. Whew. I got a seat. Like they're gonna be jealous. They're gonna wave too. Watch. Haha, nailed it. Yep. Jealous of my seat. Sweet. All right. Well, I'm taking the wood out tomorrow to start getting that stuff worked on. Once that's done, I'll probably take the seat and get it reupholstered and then just have it set aside so it's done. But man, that looks really cool. Show you some of this craftsmanship. I mean, it's pretty slick. I mean, that's just, it just looks good. Yeah, those other ones, I was iffy about throwing them away, but see a lot of the springs, they were rusted out. Some of them were missing, but I mean, even look at their channels and stuff, man. It's slick. Digging it. All right, so I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to have to disconnect the torque tube from the transmission and take the U-bolts off. Now I guess I'm going to have to take the tires off too. See if I can manhandle this rear end out of here without taking the springs off, which would be beneficial. But first, I guess I measured, there's the center hole here and down here, and we're like right at 42 from the center hole. And then, oh, that's going to take a lot of finagling. We might have to take the springs out, but we'll figure it out. So 42 there. And this is our rear end out of the 69 Camaro. I got it flipped upside down. Let's do it this way. We might be able to see better. So that's center of the hole there. Center of the hole here. And we're at like 42 and a quarter. 42 and a quarter, 42 and a half. So we're close, so we can get the springs to fling out a little bit. You got the rubber pads in there. I might just leave those. So yeah, let's all right, let's figure this out. So here's underneath, so you can kind of see what we're looking at. We got our axle on top of our springs, which is the same way we're going to do it with the Camaro. And we got those U-bolts. So we're going to try to take those U-bolts off. You can kind of see how everything's messed up. It's not messed up. I don't even know why I said that. It's just tricky, I guess. So, all right, I got to figure out a game plan. I think torque tube disconnection, at least from the transmission, which here's the torque tube. So I think if we unbolt those 4 bolts here, that sleeve will come off, and then this should be able to slide back to disconnect it from there. Back there, it's one solid piece that you'd have to take out the whole pumpkin. So actually, I guess I'm gonna have to disconnect all the brake linkages first. So I got this section here, disconnect from there, disconnect it from there. And then see those rods, those are connected to the wheel, so that's there. So I think disconnect the brakes, brake rods, torque tube, then get the U-bolts off and the tires, and maybe I'll take the trunk off, use the cherry picker to pick that up, be able to slide it forward, kind of tweak it. I don't know. We'll figure this out. Well, this is taking a lot longer. So this is taking, I mean, these things are just rusted in there like crazy and everything else. So I'm going to try to break these free and at least get these linkages off. There's no reason for you to sit here and yell at me because I'm doing it wrong. Let's see if we get this one to move. Oh yeah, we got it real close. So we'll get those brake linkages off, and the mosquitoes are out, so that's lovely. And then I'll come back to you in a couple minutes and we'll see what we can get into next. Okay, well, come on now. I loosened you up, man. Just come mosquitoes, dang. Come play ball. All right, let me get this out. Well, I can't turn you off yet because you're too far away. So you're going to have to wait a minute. Oh man, there's a piece of the cotter pin that broke off. No wonder you're not moving. Are you still there? I can't see you. I think you're still there. Let's see. Oh, I can see that. Do I got a little screwdriver? I got something in here? Of course not. Of course not. Bingo. Oh yeah, I forgot to turn you off, didn't I? Well, you're gonna have to just wait another minute. I think we got it though, so as I speak too soon. Hello. Oh. Got it. So, wait. Oh. All right. Well, that one's off. That's good. That's off. There. Okay. So that's disconnect from that. That's not going to mess with that. I'm going to go ahead and get the torque tube disconnected. Torque tube time.
So this has got a bunch of goo all over it. Let's see if we can clean you off a little bit. That was just oily. And I don't think I can reach you. That's lovely. All right, let's, oh, well, hey, that's nice. That doesn't happen very often. All right, so we're going to get the torque tube out. All kinds of stuff attached. There's a ground strap. That looks like that's the Mercy brake that attached to that, but that broke off. I'm not using that anyway. What is that for? That's weird looking. I got a plug that goes to the back of the radio. Maybe, I don't know. That's weird. Can we get... So what are those two bars? I got two bars right here. Oh, that's the mechanism, I guess, for the brakes. Oh yeah, it goes through that. I don't know. That's crazy. We're not using it. But my thing is, I could chop all this crap out real quick, but there's got to be somebody somewhere that could need it. Or if I ever have a shop, we can put it on the wall, and if somebody comes in and needs it, then we have it. But I don't want to get rid of it if I don't have to. Oh, that's not going to fit there. Can you go underneath? Nope. Can you fit here? Nope. Okay, I need a bigger socket or a smaller socket. Well, how is that? Nope. Now, what am I using here? Half. Let me get a small half and then a 9/16. Don't know if you can tell, but I got some new LED lights to help brighten it up out here a little bit. Because sometimes it's kind of dark. So let me know if that's a little better. Or if it's too bright. There's two of them, so I can kind of turn it down if I need to. Get out of there. We don't need you right now. 9/16. Let's get you for a minute. Talking to myself. So this bracket goes from this, which I guess those rotate in that. This looks like they got springs. And then I hope that's not our tension. It's going to come back and smack me in the leg. Well, y'all are about to see something quite hurtful if this has tension on it. Well, you know, let's see. Let's just be safe. I don't know how that works. It can only come back so far. Yeah, I'm away from it. I don't think that's got tension on it. Well, it's got all kinds of buildup on this. I think this thing had a little bit of an oil leak. Something. All right, what are you going to do? Oh, come on. Get out of there. Hey, it did pop a little bit. Okay, so that's off there. Oh my gosh, how many more times can I hit my head today? Have you seen how many times I've hit my head? Quite a few. All right, bottom last bolt for the torque tube, or whatever this thing is up here. That should separate. I think that's kind of like the Model A, the way this has this little sleeve over it and everything else. So we could probably just pry that, and that should loosen up. I don't know if this is rubber. Oh, that seems like that's rubber there. Oh. Let's see. Nope, that's not rubber. It just got a bunch of goo on it. I was thinking that slid on that, but all right, let's see. Oh, hey, there went that. Okay. There's the gasket. So does that slide back, or does that just slide back? Does that slide back? Oh, yeah, it does. Look at that. Hello. How you doing? But that's only going to slide back so far. Well, that looks like some crazy orb or something in there. Yeah, yeah, that's the U joint. Yeah, I'm wedging that. Why can't I get that off? Oh, maybe. Yeah. Gotta be smarter than the torque tube. Maybe got a shirt, doesn't it? Be smarter than a torque tube. Yeah. Is that off? Oh, yeah. I don't know how much more this goes back. I can see all that in there. I think it's close. I think once I disconnect the rear, that should. Daggone it, I hit my head on the shifter. What the hell? Is that big enough for this? Nope. All right, well, I think it's just like a regular slip yoke, right? I just can't see it. And I think we got too much friction here to. Yeah. I think that's good. So wiggle that. Or maybe that's both those. This looks like a regular U-joint, but crazy contraption. Well, we got that disconnected. Close. We might have to undo those. But I think once I get the rear end unbolted, we can at least slide that back, make sure we're disconnected. If not, I see we got these nuts and stuff right here we can do that with. So I could jack it up some more, but so it'd be nice to have a lift. Real nice. Okay. Come on. Oh, God bless it. Okay. I think I need the bigger one. God bless it. Come on. Oh, come off of there. Yeah. Okay. Okay, got that one. All right. I'm going to go ahead and get, oops, sorry. I'm going to go ahead and get the rest of these off. And the other side. Okay, I'm going to get these off. And the other side. And then I'll see you in a minute. Rear axle is out. Took a little finagling, but we figured it out. And then there's that monster right there. So anybody needs a 29
Chevy rear axle with torque tube attachment, plus a bunch of other little stuff that I have. Just have them reach out, and we can work out a deal. I'm not trying to make a fortune on it, but there's no reason for me to hold on to it really. So, oh, well, like I said, we're gonna try to do some shorter videos to see if that helps with our number growth, because a lot of what I've been doing has been like an hour, and I just don't know if the attention's there, or I just don't have enough people to actually commit to it. But it does affect my numbers and the algorithm, if it doesn't have a lot of watch time or it's getting skipped through. So I'm going to try to do a bunch of little short ones, 20, 30 minutes maybe, if that. So this was getting the rear end out. Next one, we're going to have to get the 69 Camaro axle or rear end into it. The spring perches that were on the 69, I think they were at 42 and a half, 42 and a quarter to center holes, and I need like 40 and a quarter. So I'm going to go ahead. Next video, we're going to get this other axle in. I'm going to cut off the spring perches that are on the axle. I got some new ones ordered. So I'll get that in here, get it situated, get those welded up, and get that jacked back up. And we'll have the rear end done. And then following that video, I'm going to assume we're going to pull the motor and trans out. So that's completely out of there. And that's going to give me a lot of room to work around for another video to do our bracing, get everything kind of squared up where we need the body before we take the top off. And then we got to rework the trunk and a bunch of other stuff. So I have all the metal that I need, or that I think I'm going to need. My bending die for the square tube should be here any day, so we can work on that. But yeah, let me know if these shorter videos work. If you like those better than the longer ones. If that's the case, I can get probably one out every week. So it wouldn't be too much of a push. So it takes a lot of editing to do this stuff. So anyway, hope you're enjoying it. If you got any questions, feel free to reach out. Again, if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button real quick. I'd appreciate it. I'd appreciate it. It doesn't cost you anything, and it really helps me out. So with that, I'll see you next Friday. Hope you have a good one. See ya.